Joey hit the lights, Bobby grabbed the mic, chicken calling at you from the other side. Shark 3, going live. You're about to enter water, only sharks survive. In 3, 2, 1.
You've always been able to find anything you need with a smartphone. Now you can use it to find a game of pool with the Solado app. Anywhere, anytime. You can even host a game, tournament, or lesson, and make money. See where you stack up against all the other players worldwide in the Solado ranking system. Use your ranking to qualify for invitationals, large payout tournaments, and events. The pool table is your arena, your stadium, your court. It's harder than people think, but you don't care. The only way to get to the next level is to play more. The more you play, the more you win. Solado is the world's premier pool community, uniting players everywhere. Connect with the community, find and host games, and keep your stats. Pool isn't just a game, it's a lifestyle. Join Solado today to find your game.
Does, doesn't it?
Oh, there's our chat right up there. Hey, how you doing, guys? Chicken, want to move your camera down just a little bit?
Uh-oh.
All right, there we go. Looks like we got our chat up on the screen now, which is nice. All right, very good, very good. All right, how you doing, guys? How's it going, gentlemen?
Hey, pretty good, man. Pretty good. Hope you're good, too.
Everything's good. Everything's good. I mean, these shows are few and far between. We got to start doing some more shows. You know, we got to keep these guys up to date on what's going on in the pool world. There's so much happening, right, guys?
Stuff. Sure.
A lot of local stuff coming up.
Yeah, a lot of local stuff, and then you got a lot of stuff going on in Vegas as well. Then you got the Chohan and Shane match as well, right? And one pocket match coming up.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, but let's start off. Obviously, let's talk a little bit about the World Championship. It's got over last week, obviously, and you know, I guess you want to say there's a new king in town. I don't know if he's a new king or he's just the man, right?
He's just on one heck of a run.
Yeah, completely on fire. Who's gonna slow this guy down? I don't know. It's a tall order at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't even mention Fedor's, voice without, saying Francisco. He's just that dominant. You know what I mean? Just absolutely killing it.
I'll tell you, just a mere couple of years ago, I thought David Alcade was going to be the guy to beat from Spain for quite a while to come. And, along came Francisco. I think he made his big mark over, if I'm not mistaken, it was over in London. He finished really high, and he got everybody's attention over there. It's been full steam ahead since. Yeah, good for him. Another one seems like a really nice young man.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he's 30 years old, Francisco. So,
Yeah.
and he really came into his own in 2022, what do you think made the difference 2022? Obviously, we're going to have him on the show next week or in 2 weeks. So you guys better get your questions ready. He's going to be on our show in 2 weeks to talk about his whole career. He's just killing it. You know what I mean?
But you're going to have to brush up on your Spanish.
Yeah. Well, one interesting thing I heard is, I'm not exactly sure when, but I heard recently he had LASIK surgery.
Oh, that's a good question. We'll definitely have to ask him about
good.
that.
Just what we need. Just what we need. FSR seeing even better.
Right.
Yeah, right. I know.
But his run started at Derby last year, right? That win there.
I think he won one event there, right? He didn't win. Fedor won the Banks last 2 years ago, or in 2022, right? And
yeah, Francisco won the 9 ball there last year.
Yep. And then
right.
And then obviously the U.S. Open after that.
U.S. Open, yeah,
Moscone Cup,
Cup,
World 8 ball.
Yeah, he's a world title in 2 events now, 8 ball and 9 ball, right?
And 10 balls coming up.
Yeah, they're saying he might do the trifecta, right? How about that?
Yeah.
That would be something to see. I don't even know. I got to start doing some research. Anybody ever won all 3?
Yeah. I don't know. That'd be like one of the tennis players winning the 3 Grand Slams, right?
Yeah, and golf as well. Absolutely.
Sure.
The horse racing Triple Crown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or in cornhole, that. Sorry, I'll never get over this. But yeah, go ahead.
All right.
By the way, let me just add this real quick. As long as cornhole came out of my mouth, you guys know that's one of my pet peeves. Why pool isn't getting enough exposure on television, and they've got cornhole every weekend. And the other day I was watching on ESPN on Saturday morning actually, and they had, I swear to you, they had rock skipping, on the pond. And right after the rock skipping, what do you think came on next? Belt sander races. It's like, are you kidding me? We can't get pool on, and they're racing belt sanders and skipping rocks. So
that's a good point.
There's got to be hope we can get on TV soon.
It is. And what do you think the biggest reason why we're not on TV? I know there's some backstories a little bit to it, but what do you guys think? Why do you think it's not on ESPN right now, or haven't been along with rock skipping and cornhole?
It just seems to me like there's too many hands in the pot. There's a bunch of different entities and more regional stuff. I think what it would take, in my opinion, would be for just everybody to come together, one person in charge type of thing.
And it's amazing to me that we don't have more representation on television. I think they've gone about it in a little bit of a weird way, like with that Hustler show and a couple of other things that have been done that really didn't play well. But there has to be some kind of a way to trigger interest. Think about how many people play APA and BCA pool and VNEA in the United States. League play for pool in the United States. It's a massive number of people that play, and there's got to be some kind of way to harness it. I know Emily Frazier's got some good ideas, and we'll see what happens. You got things like Moscone Cup, which when it's running for that brief time period every year, it feels like lightning in a bottle. So if they can capture that kind of excitement and translate it onto a regular television presence, that would be a wonderful thing.
I think we're real close. Somebody just posted, it says in UK it's on Sky Sports, which is fantastic. And we do have the billiard channel here as well, which is all billiards all the time, streaming. Sure. And
and Kazum is it Kazum? Kazum is doing a lot. They're getting a lot out there. So just got to keep saturating, and I think the sponsorships are really what's needed. You got to get some big companies behind it. Years ago we used to have the Camel Tour. There used to be actually a Taco Bell tour for senior pool. You got to get some of these big companies behind it. In Europe, I see sometimes over in Europe they've got like Pepsi or Coke sponsoring some of their events. So I think we need to get busy with that in the United States.
Yep. Yep. I agree. And I think we're almost there. I really do with obviously 60 Minutes coming up and obviously ESPN doing the piece and what Matchroom is doing. I mean, Matchroom did it for darts. You know what I mean? If you can do it for darts, I think you can do it for pool. And it's taking a little bit of time. But man, that's the next thing I wanted to talk about in the show is all the events that are coming up. And it's pretty interesting. I want to get your take on it. Obviously, I do a lot of research when I can, when I'm not hustling, running the pool hall. But I'm talking to a couple of these places that are doing events, like the McDermott Open, which is obviously Bo Powers up there does a great job, and they're doing an event. And of course, Jason Shaw's room doing an event here, the local match room. So the prize money is that they're doing minimum of 5,000 added, okay? And so what's the prize money going to be? 6,000 for first, 7,000.
I got one. I just want to slip in on you guys. I'm not sure if you heard about it. You probably did. Are you guys aware what's going on the end of the month in China with the Chinese? They call it hay ball for some reason, but it's actually 8-ball. You know what's happening?
What's going on?
A $740,000 first prize.
Wow, that's fantastic.
64 player event. 32 Chinese and 32 international players.
Wow!
And first place is 740,000. It's sponsored by Joy, the Joy tables, and
nice.
they have this. It's basically 8-ball being played on a 9-foot snooker table. They've got those.
Oh, they're playing the Chinese 8-ball. The Chinese 8-ball.
Yes, that's what it is.
Those.
And, Jason, he's got one of those tables in his house. I remember. Well, this goes back a few years ago at one of the Derby City Classics, but I get a phone call. I'm watching, and Jason had just lost to Jonathan Pinniger. Remember we were just talking about him last Shark Talk, and Jonathan Pinniger shut Jason out, and my phone rang. I swear it was Jason, and he says, "Chicken, do you want to buy my diamond?" My diamond table? He says, and at the same time, he just got beat, and he was so frustrated when he got shut out by Jonathan Pinniger. He just didn't get a chance to come to the table. Darren had just won a bunch of money over in China. He won I think it was 2015. That's when it must have been. And Darren won the inaugural Chinese 8-ball, and he won a boatload of money. I think might have been like 80 or 90 or maybe even $100,000. And Jason said, "That's it. I'm getting one of those tables."
Absolutely, there's money to be made for sure. But those tables are tough. I don't know if you guys ever played on them. I played on it at the Expo 2 years ago. Man, those things are tough.
They got weird pockets, right?
Yeah, they're rounded like the snooker table. Smaller. The balls are a little different. It's something. Rob Pierce actually broke and ran, and everybody was going crazy. It was pretty crazy. It was nuts. Like there was a crowd around him. They couldn't believe it. It was pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome.
For him.
Yeah. But that leads right into my point. So we might be running into another little bit of a problem when you start having the bigger events now. Now, when you start doing these Matchroom point ones and the other ones, if you're only adding 5 or 10,000, like Gale Billiards is trying to get a room, trying to get a pro event as well. You guys know that, right? We're trying to get a Matchroom event, so we have to add a minimum of so much money, blah blah blah, all the good stuff. But if you can't get that like huge prize money, will the pros even come now? Will they come for $5,000 now? Where 4 years ago, they would probably come. Everybody would come. Now.
Well, I think the points are just as important to them as the payout if they're hungry for the Moscone Cup.
Yeah, that's some. Not all. I mean.
Some of them.
Yeah, pool's fickle. There's players out there, just road hustlers still out there just to make the money, and there's other guys that want to be on the Moscone Cup. bottom line. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all falls, if you know what I mean.
Hmm. Hey, Bobby, can we go back to the World Nine Ball for
Oh,
a few
absolutely.
minutes?
Yeah, go ahead, Clint. Yeah, go right ahead.
I got some stats from it. So I just went back to the final 16.
Yeah.
The people that got knocked out in the final 16 were Shane Van Boning, Max Lechner, Sebastian Batkowski, Matus Snagaki, Alexa Paselj, John Mora, Victor Zielinski, and Dennis Grabe. Um, so, of course, of those 8 players, there were 3 from Poland.
Poland's getting a lot of recognition, and I'm actually, you got to give Francisco even more credit to actually win on the road, if you will. You know what I mean? He won
Yeah,
on the
well,
road. He was in. They were in Poland,
right.
and you got 3
And
fantastic Polish players battling it out, and Francisco takes it down.
Yeah, but in all honesty, he's always on the road. When are they having a big tournament in Spain?
right,
You know?
right.
So
Yeah.
he's always on living out of a suitcase, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the gentleman who came in second. Clint.
Okay, well, let me just go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
To the
Finish
next.
up.
All right, so 5th through 8th, you got Don Kwok Hong. He lost to Kunlin Wu. Alvin Ocean, who lost to the gentleman you were speaking about, Mohammed Sufi. Niels Fihan, he lost to Mario He. And JL Chang lost to Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. So 3rd, 4th, you've got Kunlin Wu and Mario He. And then 2nd place was Mohammed Sufi.
Now let's talk about this gentleman, Mohammed Sue. Is that what is that how it is? Mohammed Sue, right? Yeah.
Sufi, Soufi.
Yeah, Sophie. And Sophie has been he's taken the world by storm, right? This kid who came in second place.
Yeah, and
He wasn't expected. Yeah, he wasn't expected to be that high up. Sure.
Yeah, he knocked out Alvin, and then in the finals, he didn't lose 13-3, 13-4. He lost 13-10.
Yeah.
So he made a match out of it for sure.
And
FSR was had what looked like a comfortable lead about 3/4 of the way through the final, and then all of a sudden, Mohammed Sufi. I think Francisco actually he missed. Yeah, he missed an uncharacteristic shot that he would normally make, and he gave that opportunity to this guy. And Muhammad jumped up to the table, and all of a sudden, I think he might have ran 2 or 3, and he drew closer. I don't know what was the final? Did he win by maybe 4 or 3?
I thought it was 13-8. I'm not sure.
It was 13-10.
13-10. But
so 3. So 3, yeah. So he drew close.
And all I heard about is how fast this guy shoots and deliberate. And they said he's a nice change to the game, is what I was reading, and a lot of the things saying he's a good change, a different pace for the game. And he goes out there, he knows what he wants to do, and he just fires at it.
Yeah, and he's got kind of a different look to him, how he plays. His arm, his elbow isn't vertical. It's laid back.
That's kind of why almost wide out, almost a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, his elbow is tucked in towards his back.
Yeah.
And he'll get down on a shot after looking at it. He does play extremely quick, and it's most of the time it's 2-stroke, and he's firing.
I heard he ran a rack. Imagine this: you're playing in the World Championship, and it was 1 minute and 38 seconds or something like that in a tournament. That's pretty crazy, right?
He was hitting center pocket an awful lot. Yeah, he's very, very accurate. And you beat me to it, Bobby, when you said he was a fast shooter. That was my big observation. He was just so fast. Yeah, like you say, 2-stroke and go.
Yeah, it was exciting to see. I really enjoyed it, and it seemed like the fans really got into it, and even the players really enjoyed it. It wasn't like watching the same person, getting up and taking almost a full shot clock and just getting up there, and and taking care of business. And that puts fear in these players. You know that, right? The pro players that take their time and are meticulous, I think it puts a little fear in them because they're like, man, this kid has no fear. This kid doesn't,
Right.
he just gets up there and it's kind of like Lucas here sometimes. He has no fear. He's going to make every shot on the table. So it's something else. It's awesome to see, I think. I like seeing it,
Well, the thing that I thought was great about it is, I mean, obviously this guy was a huge Cinderella story. If he had won it, I mean, it would have just been crazy. But I think it added a lot more hype to this tournament. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Bottom line is there's a lot of people in this world that could play some high level pool.
Isn't it? Isn't that true though?
So we just got to see another one.
We're scratching the surface now. I think with all the media, like this Shark Stream, this page is blowing up. We have thousands and thousands of viewers, hundreds of thousands on our clips. We're getting big. Another one we talked about last time is Windows Open. They are absolutely killing it. I think they got a couple million views at Derby. That's great to see that many eyes on our sport. People see that, they're going to be like, man, I want to play, I want to get involved.
And the sponsors, when they see that kind of when they see the kind of viewership, that gets the sponsors' attention, and that's what we need. We need some of that money behind us.
Yeah, because I see you needed some money, chicken, to buy some more cues. I see back there. That's a nice little collection. You move your head a little bit. I want to see the whole row. The other way. Either way. All right. Holy cow! Look at that. So if you ever think you have too many cues, look at chicken. I'm sure the line goes a little farther. Holy smokes! Very nice. Very nice.
A few here, a few laying around. Thank you.
Yeah. What's your favorite cue in there, chicken?
I have a Balabushka cue. Actually, I'm in the process of acquiring one right this second. We're negotiating, but I think I might have one of the fanciest Southwest cues ever made. It's crazy. Yeah. But so working on that. But I have a Balabushka with what they call the glitter bands on it. It's really a super sweet cue, and it's in perfect condition. So
Jason Foster, what's going on? Favorite. Nice. Well, we got to put aside a day where we got to do a cue show. We got to do a cue show. It's going to take a couple hours or at least an hour. We want to see some of your collection and want you just to talk about, because I don't know if you guys know, Kickin' Chicken is probably one of the most knowledgeable, I'd say, definitely in this area, probably United States, for cues. So if you ever have a question, or if you have a price, or if you're interested in a high-end cue or a different cue, he's the guy to call. You can message him on Facebook or us, right, Chicken? You're gladly answering questions.
I'm always happy to answer anybody's questions about cues. If I know it, happy to share the knowledge. There's a lot more smart people than I out there regarding cues, by the way.
Yeah,
I know a little bit. I've been doing it for 25 or 30 years.
Yeah. I think you're being a little modest there, but yeah, you definitely do. Very good. If you guys are interested, let him know about that. He will definitely help you out with cues. And like I said, so Southwest, and what else you got? Anything?
Well, I have Joss West cues. I've got Tascarella cues. I've got Zambodi. My biggest sale, I sold a $41,000 Zambodi cue, an 8-point cue with 8 ball inlays. Wow. That was my biggest sale ever. Nice.
That's a lot of money.
I just sold a Tascarella cue for $16,000 cue.
Nice.
And it just comes down to some of those cues. Sounds like crazy money, but it's just a matter of how scarce and how rare and collectible they are.
All right. So, Clint, anything else you want to add? Obviously, with Sophie and FSR in the final 16, you were saying some great matches. The Poland people are definitely kicking butt as well, like you were saying.
Right. The only other thing I wanted to bring up is, I know we've talked about it before, but this format of going to single elimination when they get down to 64. What did you guys think of that in this tournament here?
I love it. I absolutely love it because it's you know it's like the playoffs, like the Super Bowl. It's win or go home. You know, it's you know, big tennis matches. You know, it's usually win or go home when you get down to that, and that's what it's all about. It's what do you have in your tank to win? That's my
Mm,
opinion.
mhm.
Chicken, what are you
Sure.
thinking? Single
Uh,
elimination? You like single elimination chicken?
oh yeah. Sometimes I do. It depends. It depends on the tournament, but singles okay.
Yeah, for world title because you get those 16 singles, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Why
Yeah,
not? Yeah, it's win or
keeps
go
it
home, baby.
keeps it moving. Keeps it like you're on the electric chair every time. You know, so why not?
Oh, for sure, for sure. All right, very cool. But again, congratulations, Francisco. Great job. And if he keeps up this pace in 2023, man, 2022 is going to be definitely one of the best players, you know, all time for sure.
He might make Moscone Cup again.
He's off to a good start.
I'd
He
say.
did. He did say that's his goal for this year was to make it again.
Yep.
Did he
Well,
really? Well,
Yeah.
that's nice.
well,
It's
again,
nice that it's nice that he holds that in such high regard.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He did. Yeah. He said he thoroughly enjoyed it. Nothing else like it.
It's an honor for these guys to get to go to Moscone.
yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this Alpha event in Las Vegas. All the big players are going to be there. It's right before the World 8 ball, right? Or what, the World 10 ball BCA? What's out there?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Lucas is gonna. He was invited to play in the Alpha, so he is going to play in that with all the big names. And he's going up there on the 20th. I'm really excited about that. You know, we got to get him invited to these world title matches. You know, we got to get him playing in these matches to get him up there. And I'm excited to see.
Very true. Exposure to that kind of environment is one of the best things that he could do. You know, it's okay to hang around here for the local stuff, just to stay in stroke, but he needs people that are shooting back at him at a very high level. That's what he needs to be able to overcome. I mean, he's proven it. You know, he's beaten Jason in a set, so he's just got to keep exposing himself to the real high level players, and
Yeah,
that
we're
can only make for improvement.
definitely we're excited for him for that. It's a big deal. Hopefully he
Yeah.
does well, make some noise, you know, get him on the big stage. And locally, guys, we got to talk a little bit of locally. Let's look. Sorry about that. Let's look what's going on locally. Attention here, guys. Now, this is Yale Billiards. We got a small little Super Bowl party, nothing big, but if you're interested, this is just going to be a fun tournament. But after that, I mean, we got pool school coming up here at Yale Billiards, which is very big.
Oh yeah.
We're
Where's the make a score tour?
That's coming up. That's coming. We're getting there. So we have the High and Mighty, guys. You hear about this one? This is a
Bobby,
yep.
did the pools already fill up?
We have 3 spots left.
3 spots.
Yeah, and we just posted this on Tuesday, and it's Friday when we only 3 spots left. So if you're interested, and this is for beginners to advanced, because Bobby Hunt, who's probably, you can't get more advanced than him, he's going to teach some one pocket and some straight pull and some strategy. If you want to be a 6 and become a 7, he might be the guy to go to. We also have beginners with Andy Gow, and we got Mike Jackson, Rob Pierce, so a lot of great people there giving classes. If you're interested, it's starting at the end of February. It's only $300 for the whole class, 4 Sundays, 4 hours a day. All right, and then we got the High and Mighty tournament. And guys, look at this stuff right here. You know, this stuff right here, we put it out. It filled up in 2 days. 2 days, and we're going to talk about the Lance one too. That's another one. This is handicap APA 5 to 7, 32 players, and it filled up in 2 days. You guys been around pool a long time in tournaments. I've never seen anything like this, and I've seen it occasionally the last couple of years, but now it seems I could put out there kicking chicken tournament, $10, and I'll get 100 entries. Nobody even knows what it is.
People are anxious to play, man. I don't know if it's the fact that we're coming out of this pandemic. people are feeling a lot more free to do indoor activities.
Oh, hold on one
And,
second. So Jason Fedor said Justin Hall, Fedor, Roberto Gomez, Roland Garcia, Scott Frost, Alex left in the one pocket tournament, which finished today. What do you think about that? How about that? You got Justin Hall, Fedor, Gomez, Garcia, Frost, Alex all left.
That's in Louisiana, right?
Yeah, Louisiana. It's another big. Again, the events are just popping up everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's some killer one pocket player list right there.
It really is.
Yeah, it really is, right? But
Yeah.
all right,
Is this the one, the Bayou State? Is that?
yes, the
what they
Bayou. I
call it?
believe
Yeah.
it's the Bayou. Yep, absolutely. Yes, here. All right, and again, these tournaments. I mean, then we got a couple more here. We got a charity event here coming up on May 11th. One of our localers. Yeah, it's New Irbia, L.A., Louisiana. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you,
And
Jason.
he's commentating on YouTube. Are you? We have more YouTubers than Facebooker now, guys. So great job with that. Our YouTube is definitely growing. But we
I'll
got
be happy for that. I see it when we're commentating the list matches. I'll notice that there's definitely been an increase in the amount of viewers over on the YouTube side. So keep it going. Keep subscribing, guys.
Yeah,
a lot of good content coming at you on the Shark Stream.
Yeah, like Mike Check says, the bar box 9-ball is big in many areas, but not on the world stage. And that's a funny thing too. My pool streaming Fargo is 900, Jason said. That's funny. His pool streaming Fargo is 900. We're gonna get you on the show, Jason.
Excellent.
Well, Mike Check says that his 9-ball, the 9-ball bar box table is kind of big. And congratulations to Andy Downs, who won the Maryland State Champion, guys. You seen that, right?
Yeah.
Andy Downs?
Andy did. He got kicked out as well. They told him he's playing next time, even though he's a 550, 60. He's playing as a 625, and they're making a new rule. If you're from a different state, you may not be able to play, or you will get higher Fargo than what you are. How about that?
Well, good for him, man. That's excellent.
2,800.
Congratulations, and
Yeah,
my condolences all at the same time.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of those Maryland State streams, and they got tough fields there. So yeah, that's a big feather in his cap. Nice job.
Yeah, it was handicap, but still very cool. But Mike Check says those events, the bar box events, like even the one at Racks right down the road from us, we got a big event coming up where that's what we're going to talk about, Chicken. And this right here, this is a bar box event right here. Oh no, this is our event.
That's Lance.
That's right. Lance. Yeah, the bar box I'm talking about is at Racks, right? Racks has they have the Connecticut State Open, right? Connecticut Valley Open.
Yeah, they're bar boxes up there. Yeah,
that's filled up all the time, and they're doing a big ship to cash as well. The end in 2 weeks as well at the bar box, $300 entry or $360 entry. I can't find the flyer on that one. I'm going to try to look for it. So.
Yeah, Mike DeMarco keeps busy with it, right? So he's got a lot going on as well.
He does. He's an awesome promoter. I really, really like what he's doing for sure for Facebook.
Yeah.
You know
he's got music. He's got smoke. He's got it all.
Yeah.
And I just saw on Facebook that Rax just put Simonis on all their tables.
Yeah, the blue Simonis. Yeah. I mean, listen, when Yale Billiards does things, everybody follows. That's how we do things here at Yale Billiards. But no, congratulations to them. It's a great job. I really like. Obviously, I like the cloth. You know what I mean? I like their everything they do. You know what I mean? The cloth and the tables. And did you notice the difference? Did you see the pictures?
I did. Yeah, it looks nice, and they did a great job.
They did, right? It makes a big difference. And I think all the pool halls should go to it. There's a nice table behind you. It's nice and blue, Chicken. What color is your felt there, Clint?
It's tournament blue. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, mine's Simonis, but it's Simonis green.
Oh, okay. All right. So
that's all it should be. Green or blue. The end.
That's it. Listen,
I remember for a little while, and it was like I couldn't imagine. Hey, when I was a young man, I bought a house in Florida, and I was getting involved in learning how to actually build pool tables. If you can imagine, I flew out to Santa Ana, California, and I went through an apprenticeship building like Queen Anne style pool tables. And when I came back, I had a table, and I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I just wasn't very seasoned at making good decisions in pool. I got red cloth for my pool table, and yeah, it didn't bother me. I played on it, but they had, I don't know if it was the California Billiard Club or one of those big rooms out. I don't know if it was Bellflower. Do you remember they had red cloth throughout the place?
I saw.
And everybody,
I just saw a
was
picture on
crazy.
Facebook. Somebody playing with red cloth, and it literally burned my eyes.
It's horrible. It's just
It
it's
did.
like it's sacrilege. And I was guilty of it. I was guilty of it, but I was like 23.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
I got over it.
you traded in for the red glasses, right?
Exactly.
Nice, nice.
Hey, Bobby, going back to the tournament you're running there for was it 5s, 6s, and 7s?
Yep.
I think those are filling up so quick because I think it's kind of a gap that's in place right now for APA players, especially during the winter. There's not a whole lot of tournaments that are around that you can play in. And I think that's why those things are filling up so fast.
Yeah, I think so too. And then we have an underdog coming up in April. That's going to fill up. I know, lightning quick. And Brian B does a 4 and under, and that's going to fill up. It's just crazy. And then you got one like this. This is the one you guys were talking about. Ship to cash. How about this? This is bar table. What Mike Check was talking about. Bar table 10 ball though.
Jeez.
Look at the price. Look at the money on that. Look how much it costs.
Talk about working surgically through clutter. That'd be a tough game. But hey, you could play 8 ball on there too with all 15 balls. So why not?
Well,
let's give it a try. Just don't play one pocket on a bar box.
But let me read it for everybody out there. This is February 25th, 26th. It's called the Courage Classic 10 Ball Bar Table Challenge. If you're a 669 Fargo, it's 160. 670 to 719, 240, and we call this the Lucas Special. Above 720, $320. So, and that's a lot of money for some bar 10 ball. I don't know if I ever thought I would see that. Right?
No, that's the entry fee is definitely up there.
Yep.
But that adds money to the pot.
That's it. You'll have good prize money, sure.
Yeah, and then Jason touched on it. Jason's talking a lot on the stream. I like him. Sounds good. But he said the Shark Stream Gray, and I like not Shark Stream Gray, but the Shark Gray. I kind of like that too. That was introduced on the Moscone Cup.
That color's not so bad.
I do like the Shark Gray. That's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, you know what? It's just nice to have something that gives you good contrast. I think that somebody a while back, maybe 10 years ago, I remember reading, and I don't remember the references, but it was determined that the tournament blue offered optically the best contrast for seeing the balls. So it looked legitimate. I can't remember the reference, what authority made that decision, but it seemed very credible. So the tournament blue offered best contrast. And when you get into my age bracket, our age brackets, it's nice to give your eyes a little bit of a break, and the tournament blue seems to work pretty good for that. And the green, by the way, is not bad either, but the blue is just a little brighter for me.
Right.
Yeah, I like how the gray looks too. Did they switch to that for TV for seeing the ball colors? Or
they did. I think that, and there might be a little gimmick behind it. They want to sell some Shark gray cloth, but I do think they did for the TV, and I like the way they looks. It really does. But I mean, I do like the blue too. You can look in the booth. We like blue here. So, I mean, blue is our color. We just painted Yale Billiards blue, and it came out fantastic, guys. I don't know if you guys saw it yet.
Hey, let me tell you, when we're looking at the PTZ camera view,
yep,
it makes me feel warm inside, because when I'm looking at that view of table 8, I'm seeing that whole wall, and it looks like giant colors. New York Giant.
Hang on, Joe. Where's the delete? Where's the delete? Boom! Zoom button on this guy right here. Where's the delete Zoom on this guy?
You got to do something.
Nice try
right
there. It's Shark Stream Blue. Shark Stream Blue.
I know we're all about pool 24/7, but who do you guys like for the Super Bowl? Just a quick question on that. Can you bet against Mahomey?
You want to take it first, Glenn? I'll go. I can go on this for a few minutes. So I love football. So
I don't know a whole lot about football. I don't follow that close, but I'll go with KC because I like Mahomes.
All right, and I'm going to say, I mean, if Casey, now it's funny now because when Casey was first time in the Super Bowl, everybody wanted him to win. He was a cute quarterback, but now he's getting so good, you start to see the hate almost a little bit. People are starting to turn on him a little bit. You know, they're like, oh, he's going to be the next Brady, and they don't like that. You know, so a lot of people don't, not everybody. Some people do. You know, and then you got this kid, you know, Hurts, who's a great quarterback for Philly. And I'm going to predict Philly's going to win, and Hurts is going to make a great play, whether passing or running, do something that's extraordinary. But if Mahomes does win, that's three Super Bowls in a row, or 3 out of 4, winning 2 of them. That's pretty impressive.
It's tough to bet against Mahomes, but you know, it's interesting. I don't have a dog in the fight. I could, you know, neither team does much for me.
Your Dallas team's not playing.
Yeah, my Giants. But you're funny. But the story that goes along with Jalen Hurts is a good one for me. I don't know if you guys remember. You will, Bobby. You're a big football fan. He played for University of Alabama in college.
Yep.
And they were in the championship game, and he played well. He was doing a good job. But Nick Saban, being the evil genius
pulled him out
for Alabama, he pulled him. I think it was in the third quarter. He pulled him out in favor of Tua. How do you say his last name?
Tua. I think it's Tua. Yeah.
Tua. So Tua. He put Tua in, and it turned out to be a genius move. But more to my point was, Jalen Hurts, a lot of guys in that situation being pulled out of the championship game. And again, he wasn't playing bad. He was doing a decent job. But it sparked, Tua did a phenomenal job in the third and fourth quarter. And Jalen Hurts was like the biggest cheerleader on the sideline. And that was such a big deal for me because that was just total class. He went to the sideline and he cheered his team on. And then for the next season, when he found out that Tua was going to be the starter,
he transferred,
he asked to transfer. He went to Oklahoma, and the guy came in, I think, second in the Heisman balloting. He ended up a finalist for the Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma. So he's a good kid. There's nothing bad said about him, and I wouldn't mind to see him win. And by the way, both quarterbacks, you know, they're making a lot of the historical aspect that this is the first time that 2 black quarterbacks are facing each other in a Super Bowl, and that is very cool. And on top of that, another interesting thing you got to watch out for is both guys are coming off of injuries.
Yeah.
I know that there's a high ankle sprain for Mahomes, so he's been nursing that over the last 2 weeks, trying to get better. And Jalen missed.
He missed the last week against Dallas. Yeah.
So both guys are.
They're both young and tough, man. They're gonna be ready. And it's a new face of the NFL. There's no Brady in there. There's no. I mean, the guy from the Rams. I can't think his name right now. The old quarterback from the Rams won last year. There's all kids in the game. You know, the new wave.
Oh. The Rams, was it Stafford? He's been around for a while. Stafford, right?
Yes, that Matthew Stafford. That's what I meant. Yeah, for a long time quarterback for Detroit. I just lost the name. And then I like Mike Check here. He says, how about this? You know, don't forget Andy Reid's playing his old team. He coached the Eagles for many years. They made it to the Super Bowl.
14 years.
Yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl with Randall Cunningham, and they just didn't win it. If he won the Super Bowl, he might still be in Philly, actually. That's another big story. Definitely another big story.
It'll be a fun weekend, and you've got some activity over there at the at Yale Billiards. So people can come there if they'd like.
Hector says Kansas City's going to win. Jason says I root for the Eagles with Jalen Hurts and Devin Smith, both from Atlanta. There you go. Let's see. I'll be watching. A couple guys said hello to us, obviously. Let's see here. Mike Check said hello. Hector. Steve K said hello. What's going on, guys? How are you? Thanks for joining us. And all right, let's get back to pool now. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
these are the events here. But real quick, who do you pick? Who's going to win?
Who, me?
Yeah, who's going to win?
Philly.
What about you, Clint? Who's going to win? Philly or Kansas City?
Kansas City.
All right, there you go. You heard it here first.
2 Phillies and a KC. All right.
All right, cool. All right, I don't know what event I'm looking for now. Obviously, there's a couple events going on. Lance Lascotti's event. Let's talk about that one. You know who Lance Lascotti is? Anybody know who Lance Lascotti is? You ever heard of him?
Well, I sure know. His father was the best player out of Connecticut, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was actually a world champion, straight pool player, right?
Yep.
And a fantastic player. What do you think about Lance taking over tournament director? How about that? Yes, Jason. He's his son. He's his son. We call him the son of Kong. Right? The son of Kong.
Lance is a triple smart guy. He's got the right head for being a tournament director. He plays at a high level himself, and he's just he's good to be around the pool room, and I'm sure he can hold it together real good to run tournaments.
How about this?
He'll keep everybody straight.
Yeah. All right, Mike Check. Have a good weekend. Thank you as well. Mike Check's leaving us. Say goodbye to Mike Check.
Thanks for joining us, and I love your name. I think that's a hilarious name.
Lance Lascotti, Larry Lascotti, son Lance, he did this tournament at Yale, but this is his first tournament doing over here at what's called Make a Score Tour, guys. You hear that? Make a Score Tour right there.
Love the name of it too. Yeah.
And of course, I thought it should have been Lance Lascotti's tour. Just that's my thing, but he's the director. Yeah. His name's out there. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, his family name carries good weight in pool. That's for sure.
It really does. It really does.
He could always adjust it at some point. He can call it the Lance Lascotti Make a Score Tour.
There you go. I like that. Sure. But it doesn't matter. He puts it up together. He sold out. 32 players, 64 players. Crazy, right?
Yeah, he's filling another gap. Like I was talking about gaps earlier, and one question I had is, do you know how often he's going to run these tournaments? Has he decided?
He didn't say exactly, but I think he's going to do at least once a month. But I would assume he's going to go outside of Connecticut as well. I would think he's going to go to, I know he wants to do some at Snookers as well, which is a fantastic pool room over there in Rhode Island. And, I think he needs to do like the Joss Tour and travel a little bit and make these events huge.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was a little bit of an opening, wasn't there? Because I know that Mark Dion had I don't know if he considered it temporary or if they permanently shut it down his tour. I know his wife became sick, and so he ended up. It was kind of a reluctant thing, but he had to shut it down. Is that planning to restart, or is that like a permanent?
I haven't talked to him. I hope he does open one back up. And his handicap. I think Lance is going towards the Mike DeMarco way. No handicaps, and there's nothing.
Show up and play.
Yeah, and the good thing about this, it is a lower bracket, so somebody from the lower bracket is going to be guaranteed second or third. But hopefully they can make some noise and maybe even take down the champ and become champion. So it is not handicapped, but there are separate brackets, so the lower players will at least have their voices heard.
Yep, very good.
But he's saying that he could have did 64 in the lower bracket and filled it. That's the going as what Clint was saying. It's almost the people that are the land of missing pool players, right? The medium level, just not good enough to beat Lucas, but good enough to play or not getting enough exposure.
They want their airtime too. Good. Why
Yeah.
not?
Tournaments, not enough tournament opportunities, in our area. So that's why I say, this is filling the gap.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And it is look at the event. I mean, I'm going to read it real quick, guys. Doors open at 9 a.m. Calcutta's at 10. It's the Make a Score Tour and Yale Billiards Tournament Director Lance Lascotti. You're going to have Kickin' Chicken, Bobby Hilton, probably Andy in the booth, maybe a couple other people. It's going to be a long day. First place, 2,200. Second place, 17. Third place, 13. Fourth place, 1,000. Fifth, 400. Seventh, ace, 130. First and second get trophies. The upper brackets, entry fees go up a little bit. It's going to be first round, a race to 5. On the winner's side, race to 6. Loser's side, race to 5. Final set, 1 race to 9. What do you guys think of that?
I like it.
That's great, yeah.
All right.
And
I'm all about keeping things moving. I like it.
Yeah.
Bobby, is this a tournament where some people also added money to it?
Yes. I believe he's up to like I want to say 700 already, 800 added. So the prize money can definitely go up. And I noticed that a lot with our sponsors here and other sponsors throughout the state. There are more people stepping up and giving more sponsorships. And I think it's a couple of reasons. One, they really love the sport. They're finding a passion. And two, there's a reward for it, because if your name gets mentioned here, like all of our local sponsors are going to be seen by thousands of people. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I'm going to add $100 to that tournament.
There you go. All right, Lance, I'm going to send you a message in a few minutes. Very, very happy to hear that, Clint. We appreciate that. That's awesome. Yeah, our other guy, Phil Davis, added 200. How about that? Phil Davis, Big Daddy Davis.
I'm not going to let you upstage me. I'm going to add $101.
All right, we got $201 added to Lance's tour. Man, we keep going. We're going to have Fedor coming into this event, guys. Got to slow it down. That's awesome stuff, guys. Good job. I'll send Lance the money. The information later on once we get off the air. Great job by you two. Let's see what else we got. And I think that's all we got, guys. Anything else you want to touch in? I think this is a good show. A lot of information, a lot of fun stuff.
Let me see if I had anything else. I don't think so. When's the next time the Zuglin tour's coming by?
That's going to be. That's a great question. I should be up on that one. That's going to be April Fool's Day. So it's a 2-day event, and you want to come down for that. That's $2,000 added, $1,500 to the main event, and $500 to the second chance tournament. And I would definitely come down and check that out. I think that's going to fill up too. I really do.
One thing I forgot to mention, it's fairly important. I was talking about that Chinese 8-ball at the end of the month with the $740,000 first prize. It's a $50,000 entry for each player.
Is it really?
Just kidding. No,
oh man! Holy smokes!
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
That's
so that's how they did it.
All right, Clay, you got anything else to add?
No, sir. I think we're good.
All right, good. And I got to tell you guys, it's always fun doing the show. We got to try to push this show a little bit more. I am going to get Francisco Ruiz and Jonas, who's coming back the end of this month, maybe the beginning of the next month. He's going to be all over the Shark Stream. So we're going to try to get some more people involved and get some more guest hosts to get our numbers up even more, get the big pros in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Jonas was a very enjoyable young man to hang around the pool room for a while. I know he's a good guy to have around.
Absolutely. And you know what? So where I'm actually dropping Lucas off at Newark, New Jersey, and it's going to be his first flight by himself, but he's going to be with Jonas. He's meeting up with Jonas in Newark, and they're going to fly to Vegas together. Well, Lucas got to fly home by himself for his first experience. I think this is a big step for our boy.
Yeah, it's nice. And he's made himself a friend for life, those two guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Like two peas in a pod.
They really are. They argue like brothers already. It's pretty funny, you know. I think they can push each other. I think that like the Serena and Venus, the sisters, you know what I mean? Push each other a little bit to get better.
Oh yeah. I enjoyed it when we were commentating one of their matches when when they played. Actually, Lucas ended up edging him out. Remember? They had
Yeah, Lucas
the
beat him
match
3 times in a row now. So that's not sitting well.
And I remember they had a disagreement at the table, and they came over to the booth, and they wanted us to make the they were arguing about it. It was good.
That's funny.
But yeah, I think they're certainly friends for life.
I think so too.
Good luck to Lucas on his trip out there.
Yes,
Hope he does
absolutely.
real well.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, guys, this is Bobby Hilton along with
Chicken, but
and who else we got?
Clint Dixon.
All right, guys, we're gonna see you guys later. Peace out. One more thing.
take care, guys.
Boom.
Bye-bye.
We want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors here on the Shark Stream. You have Connecticut APA, Sigmaware, Agency One Group, Jacoby Custom Cues, Women in Pool, Mabel's Tables at Michael's Deli, NM Billiard Sales and Service, 11 Hall Avenue, Wallingford, Connecticut, KM Maintenance, JT's Pool Cue Repair, Salado App, Mark Anthony Home Improvements, Tommy's Tattoo Supply, Jimmy's Auto Service, Joe Master Billiards, Airmouth Balls, Organic Tattoo, Vacuum Lease, Tweeden Fiber Corp, Harriman Real Estate, Pool Table Magic, Ben Strong, K Morgan, Man Cave Memories, and of course, Viking Cues, Simonis Cloth, and Andy Gow. This is Bobby saying, boom, without you, there is